following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
We get a glimpse at the early days of the Tokyo Majin Gang on this episode of the Toonami Faithful Podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
Your sometimes other host, Kuro.
Ben.
Oh, hi. Sorry about that. It's Laser or me. Who knows? It's Steven or it's Laser. It doesn't really matter.
It's one of the two of us.
As usual, things are running perfectly smooth here. Yeah, and we have a guest today. Introduce yourself, guest.
Hello, it's the R-Dragon.
Welcome back, our dragon. You see, what I usually do is, if one of Laser's friends is with us, then I have Laser and then the friend.
Yep, and I saw that, so I was just kind of waiting my turn.
It's okay.
But, you know, consistency can be a problem. So, before we get into our recaps, we have just a little bit of schedule news, and that is, after Rooster Fighter airs its 12th episode next week, they will be doing a Rooster Fighter marathon on June 6th. And it will be from 11 p.m. till 5 a.m. So Toonami gets to start an hour earlier that day. Always nice when they do that. Don't expect it to stay that way. They made it very clear in the posts. One time only. It's one time only until the next time they do it. Or something like that. Yeah. If you, hopefully you've been watching Rooster Fighter, it's been a good time.
Rooster Fighter's a blast. Literally.
Yeah. It's definitely gonna be a fun marathon. I mean, it's not a holiday weekend or anything. It's just, we just had a holiday weekend and they ran a regular week of Toonami. Go figure.
So it can
And
happen.
That's why we're here. But hey, I guess we get a week off. Oh, bless! Thank you, Toonami.
Not the week we thought we would, but still.
But there is a week. We didn't say which one, but a week.
I'll take it. I will take it. I will definitely take it. Yeah. That's what's going on. Also, the ahead schedule is once again saying that Blue Exorcist will start rerunning from the beginning. We'll see if that sticks. It didn't last time. Didn't last time they did that. But maybe they're actually going to do it this time. And that's that'll replace My Adventures with Superman in the 3 a.m. time slot, because it will be, of course, airing in the midnight time slot, and also the 3:30 time slot. It'll be encoring at 3:30 like Rooster Fighter currently is. That's fine. It's a fine method to do it. A little unnecessary, really, but whatever. If it wasn't that, it would just be more probably Rick and Morty or American Dad. So fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah, that's what we know schedule wise what's coming up. Not a lot of changes, but that means we're gonna keep talking about the shows we have been talking about. And with that said, we're talking about Rooster Fighter and Blue Lock and 2 episodes of Tokyo Revengers. And just to switch things up a little bit, let's talk about Tokyo Revengers first.
Yeah, no pain, no gain, which is the name of the episode. So, where we left off, Takamichi is given a task to bring Baji back, and who has defected to Valhalla gang. So we're picking up right there where Takamichi's at school, worrying about how he's going to accomplish this before Mikey's deadline, which is essentially before they clash, which could happen at any point. His friends find out that he's officially joined Tomon and congratulate him, but he explains his dilemma to them and also that he's really not knowledgeable on all of the gang doings, if you will. So his friend, the knowledgeable Yamagishi, gives him a crash course on the gangs. Essentially, that there's 5 divisions under Mikey, which has about 100 active members. Initially, Pa was the 2nd division leader, but as we know, he's in jail. Pa, his second, instead of taking his place, has been moved under Mitsuya, along with our boy Takamichi. And Kiseki is replacing him. And with him, he brought his own faction of Mobius guys. So he has within his division one of the largest divisions of Tomon because he's bringing his own dudes. And meanwhile, the remaining anti-Tomon people who follow the defeated Osanai have joined Hanma and make a part of Valhalla, which is a 300 member gang. They're not run by Hanma, however. There's somebody above him who is called the Headless Angel. He's essentially a secret commander. Also, our the mysterious Kazutora is number 3 leader of Valhalla. So, all very sinister, all very educational. Suddenly, somebody barges into Takamichi's classroom looking for him, and he's recognized by Yamagishi as Valhalla's feared third in command, Kazutora, who very cheerfully drags Takamichi along with him to Valhalla's hideout. So he's kind of disturbed by what appears to be a reckless, violent behavior towards his own juniors because he sees that their legs are broken. But he follows them anyway because he says this will be a chance for him to find Baji and maybe try and talk to him. So they head to an out-of-business arcade where Takamichi witnesses Baji brutally beating up his former Tomon vice captain. Apparently it's a test of faith to prove his loyalty to Valhalla, because that is how they do in these kind of gangs. Hanma questions Takamichi then as a witness about what Baji said at Tomon's meeting, because he wants proof that Baji actually wants to join Valhalla and isn't some kind of spy. And Takamichi, of course, confirms that Baji did openly declare Tomon to be his enemy, and Kazutora then vouches for him as well. So satisfied, Valhalla officially accepts Baji into their gang. And then Takamichi demands to know why Baji betrayed Tomon. And he turns and explains, well, this dude, Kazutora, who we recognize from the picture, is actually also one of Tomon's founding members, and that they both harbor a deep grudge towards Mikey. So they begin recounting a tale of the early days of Tomon from the summer of 2003. And we just begin with a flashback of the kids getting their jackets and the day that they got the picture taken. Yeah, so it was a little touch and go there for Takamichi. He watches this guy get beat up, thinks he's next. It was kind of funny, like why do you think they selected him to come be the witness of all the people that could have come and vouched for Baji? Specifically, Takamichi was selected. Why do you guys think that was? I have a thought of my own, but I don't feel like I have enough to prove it's true. But I'm just really curious. So let's start with you, Dragon. What do you think about this whole initiation sequence and Takamichi's role in it?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe because Takamichi had stuck his neck out before, but
Maybe. Who else has thoughts about this?
I do.
What do you? Yeah. What are you thinking, Laser?
I think it's because he decked what's his name?
Yeah.
The new
Kiseki?
Kiseki, thank you. I don't know.
Kiseki.
My brain is like fake. I
Mm.
think it's because he decked him, which, if you don't know why he decked him, could signal to you this guy might be somebody useful to us. Who have, issues with Mikey, but also he's Mikey's friend, well known to be Mikey's friend. So this kind of makes him almost an impartial middle ground judge of
Yeah.
what happened. He's a good, this guy's not going to bullshit us one way or the other.
Yeah. No, solid theory. What else did you think about this episode?
I like that we get a good sign of these characters before we're in conflict with them. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I kind of like this guy,
Baji?
Kazutora or Baji?
Kazutora. At
Oh.
least in this episode, I liked Kazutora.
Ah,
In this episode, I'm like, hey, he's not that bad of a guy. Okay, maybe we can figure something out here. These guys, I mean, they're on the other side, but maybe we can reach them. Maybe we can't. I don't know. But it made me kind of, hopeful that maybe something can be done here.
Yeah.
It might have to be something completely unconventional. I don't think it's gonna just be oh, we're all friends now. Show's over. We're all good here. Screw Kiseki. I don't think it's gonna be that easy. But there's a potential here for something to happen. I could see some Durarara levels of planning and plotting going on here, where we end up with Takamichi in this gang too, and we got to turn all kinds of things all upside down and around. I could see some weird things happening here. That's what I was thinking on this episode. The next episode changes that a lot, but
Yeah. No, I think that's good context. Dragon, any other thoughts about this episode specifically?
yeah, I was also really interested in Kazutora. Like, I was wondering what his deal was, just because he seems so friendly, yet also
Sinister?
I mean he's got those two guys with the broken leg, and Takamichi just asks why their legs are broken. Oh yeah, I broke them myself. Why would you do that?
that's a very Mikey response. Let's be honest here. This
I feel like
reminds me of
Valhalla's
Mikey.
a rough gang.
no kidding.
Pretty
That initiation is
Oh yeah, very brutal.
they're a little like Yakuza in training.
yeah, they certainly think they are.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
think of like, are there any non-gang affiliated youths in this area? Because like between the two gangs, that's like 500 boys.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I just feel like this neighborhood must be really infested.
Bad neighborhood, I guess.
Serious gang problems in this neighborhood.
Yeah, no kidding. They need a couple after-school programs and religion.
For those that get the reference, they need Bofarine.
I think Laser probably hit the nail on the head that he's Mikey's friend, and two, he decked Kiseki. But I also think it could be as simple as Kazutora's an alumni of that school, so he just went to his school, found a guy who was connected to Tomon.
I would also
I could see
like
that
to posit
actually.
a question. Like where did they get the intel about what happened at this meeting? I mean, yeah, you could say Baji was the only person there that could have told them. Like, it wouldn't have had a lot of meaning if Baji had said, "Yeah, this guy Takamichi will vouch for me." So someone else must have picked out Takamichi to be the witness. I'd like to know who that was.
Also, Takamichi is a scrawny little wimp, so that's probably another reason.
Yeah, so who's the other leak here? Because it's not like they're gonna believe, like, they needed someone else to back Baji up, so they're not gonna take him at his word when he's like, "Yeah, pick this guy, he'll back me up." You know?
Yeah, pick this guy that I punched out.
Yeah.
That would be
Because that's the first interaction he had with Takamichi, was to deck him on sight.
Yeah, and of course nobody knows what Takamichi's mission here is. So that's not relevant as far as that's concerned. I just think that's interesting. I think that there's another party here sharing information.
Yeah, it is
Mhm.
interesting that he wanted to contact Valhalla and they came straight to him.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the person that, is doing things behind the scenes also is aware of Takamichi's significance in this story.
Could be.
I definitely think there's more spying going on here than is apparent, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
It's
we have
all
a-
very unfounded. It's just sort of like I'm getting a whiff of things that are not explained, that I'm thinking like the only explanation at this point I can come up with are, is that theory, but
Well, we've got this headless angel leader. Who is that guy?
yeah.
Because they might be the reason Takamichi's here. They might know things about him. Who knows?
Yeah. Steven, what are your thoughts about this episode?
How are they getting a uniform? Like, like they're getting the uniform. They're all like joining up and everything. And like this is both side Valhalla, and then kind of like that 2003 era of like them standing in
No,
front
they're
of
not
like,
there yet.
oh, they're not there.
That's the
Then I
next
don't know.
episode.
Okay,
No.
but still, like, how they're getting all these costumes and they're all lining up and everything. It's like you said, Kura, there's no person unaffiliated with any type of like group at any school in that whole area. There's like no adults half the time. So now they have to go in and figure this all out. It's weird. It's strange, but it's like, I don't know. I fixate on the weirdest things, so I'm sorry about that, but it's like it doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, something's going on. That guy popping up at school, I mean, that's the first time they ever paid attention, Takamichi ever paid attention to class, like, listening about gang stories and listening about, like, that layout of, like, how these organizations work and everything else. That's the first time he must have ever paid attention in class. And that does bring up another question that me and Brittany were talking about on, Discord. Like, does he have to, like, still get the same grades in class if he's, like, back in time? Like, does he have to, like, still do that or mess up or study even more? Because, I mean, if he's working on, like, trying to infiltrate gangs and trying to do all that stuff, that doesn't leave that much time for studying for tests and all that. So I'm like,
Can I just ask,
yeah.
like, while it's fun to speculate, do you really think that this is story there's importance in the story of this detail? Serious question.
No, I mean,
Okay,
I
so then does it matter?
no, it doesn't matter. I don't think it
Like,
does matter, but
I can understand, like, if you foresaw some way of being relevant to the overall story, but if it's not relevant to the story, then who cares? Some of the details
yeah.
you just gotta let go.
Yeah, I know. That's a personal thing on me, so it's like that I'm focusing on these little things, but it doesn't irk me, but it's like when like time travel stories happen, if they're not following like that linear path of like you're trying to get from point A to point to B and fix things on the way, and then it's like all of a sudden like the class stuff doesn't really matter, or like the work
Sure.
or any of that stuff doesn't really matter, then what point is it leaving you? So he either knows all the answers, and I technically probably he can do that since he does know all the answers, but I don't know. That my head canon's weird on that. But
I could see, yeah, like obviously there has to be some consistency in his going back in time with his academics just so he doesn't get kicked out of school. But I
mhm,
can't imagine anyone who's spending his time like he does was exactly academic to begin with. So if he just does the bare minimum and gets by, you know.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I just guess ultimately like I think what you're pointing out is a sign of a good writer to be more detail oriented and make sure you're getting a full picture in order to create a fuller world. Sure.
mhm,
But this show doesn't really seem to be that kind of show. And I think anime in general, you get such a fraction of a person's time that they're just trying to hone in on the main plot points. So
mhm.
like they'll miss that stuff. But I mean, like we've talked about some of the gaps story wise in terms of the time travel, and you can recognize like, wow, well, how is he maintaining his schoolwork? Who it might be important. Like if you were writing this story, that would probably be a detail you'd want to include, but it doesn't have an overall impact on the gang part of the story, which is the central plot story.
Yeah. No, I get that, Kuro. Thank you for putting me in my place for a little bit on
I
that.
didn't want to No, I didn't want to dismiss you. I was actually genuinely curious if you had like a full theory on this or if this was just like I just sense a weakness in this and I'm going to point it out.
It's probably I sense a weakness in it, and then it's like see, some of that stuff, like, draws me out of the story, and it's like, I get that they're doing certain things, but it's like, they're spending time at school, or they're doing, like, other things, and it's like you point out, where are the adults in half of these situations? Like, where's this hierarchy that we see in society? But I guess it ultimately doesn't serve the plot with
I
any
do feel
in
like
in
the
that
lack
stuff.
of adults is really important to the plot for some reason because I kind of wonder how like in terms of the gang structure and its ability to grow and thrive where what the situation in the neighborhood is such that they're existing to begin with. I do feel like I think that's a worthy conversation because the violence that keeps escalating certainly is a huge plot element. So like pointing out where are the adults, where are the cops, that's completely relevant, I think.
No, that makes sense. But, yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, for this episode, it is cool, um, to see a new member of, a a new member kind of join the Valhalla group kind of, and then taking Takamichi, which is like he did stand up and everything, so I do wonder if there's, like, spies in Toman
Yeah.
to actually, like, say to Valhalla, "Hey, this guy's out here, he's making some moves," but Kizuki is, like, nuts anyway, and so they probably want him they'll probably have a shared goal of wanting him out because they know he's crazy enough to take over everything. But, I mean, hey, maybe they just picked that guy, Takamichi, because he was there at that moment and, like Sketch says, "Hey, I'm an alumni at this school, I can take anyone
Wait,
you
wait,
want."
wait, wait, wait. You said something, and I'm
Yeah.
really dying to know. Who do you think wants Kizuki out besides our boy Takamichi? Are you talking
Oh,
about the Valhalla guys? Are you talking about someone
ooh.
else within Tomon?
I would say there could be someone else within Toman that doesn't want that, but I haven't have a full conclusion of who that is. I would say mostly it's Valhalla that
I like
wants
this.
that wants him out because basically, if he comes there, he can take over everything, and then he can do the same with Toman and like combine them all into like the one super Toman group or something.
Well,
Oh, I
Um,
like this.
Tomon was also not happy about it. Mike just told him shut up.
Yeah, and so there's something within all of that that they know this guy's bad news, but they don't want to take him out. But if they
Yeah.
can get someone else to do their work for them, right? And that's Takamichi to do the
Yeah.
work for him, because Mikey probably has his own doubts on him as well, and so you can see that there that they why Takamichi wants him to do that. But then if Valhalla is orchestrating the thing to take him out as well, or to take something out around him as well, then they can kill two birds with one stone, because they can make Toman weaker and they can usurp everyone in there and take them down.
I do gotta say, I like the idea of someone else wanting Kizuki out besides Takamichi. I like that idea. I was toying with the idea that it might be Baji, which is why he left.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
was
that makes sense.
kind of something. I don't. It's a little unfounded at this stage. We just don't have enough information. But when you said that, I was like, okay, so someone else is thinking about it just as a concept. And yeah, I just found that really intriguing that you came up with that on your own as well. So at least I'm not the only one thinking like there's somebody else who's trying to get rid of Kizuki. So yeah, yeah. Let's yeah, conspiracy away, if we will. Cool. So I think that's a great segue for moving on to episode 16. Once upon a time. We get a full episode flashback, and it is a doozy, guys. So back in 2003, we have the founding members of the Tokyo Manji gang, Mikey, Draken, Mitsuya, Pachin, Baji, and Kazutora, and Mikey has some interesting hair. It's okay, it's funny. You can laugh too. Anyway, the guys are joking that Mikey is rocking this moped and doesn't have a real bike, and as they're teasing him, they're kind of riding down the road, they get trolled by some other bikers. But Mikey's tone intimidates them enough for that to back off, because he has that effect on people. He's got the don't fuck with me face, don't fuck with me voice. And anyway, so they're going about their business, and Mikey runs out of gas, so rock, paper, scissors gets Baji to walk his moped back to the station, and the rest of the guys head to the beach. Minus mysteriously missing Mikey. But while walking his way to the gas station, Baji happens to encounter the gang from earlier, and they decide they're gonna heroically beat him up 5-on-1, because that's what you do, I guess, when you're cowardly fucking gang members or whatever. They try to take a bat then to the moped, but Baji throws himself in front of the bike, protecting it. And before they can do more damage to either Baji or the moped, Mikey shows up. He turns, kicks his own moped to the shock of all the bikers, and then he uses that as a pretense to kick their asses, saying like, "Look what you did to my bike." I gotta say, that was sinister as fuck, and I loved it. So basically, we don't see it, but the two of them take on the 5 gangsters, and I fully believe that they
wait.
victorious.
He's actually talking about Baji.
Yeah, that's how I read that too.
Same.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you damage something that means so much to me? He is totally talking about Baji.
I didn't read that at all. I read that as him, like,
That
Baji
does admittedly seem like a Mikey thing to do.
he saw him protecting it, so he comes and turns around and he's like, "Look what you did to my bike." Like, I totally read that very differently. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess you could read it either way, but it made more sense to me if he was fucking with the biker guys, like, "Oh, you messed with my bike."
He totally was screwing with them, but I took it as a, oh, my bike, whatever, but you hit my friend.
Baji's way more important to him than the bike.
Oh, yes. I agree. I thought you meant that he was blaming Baji for the bike.
No.
He was mad at them for attacking Baji, who was defending the bike.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
No, yeah. I think it was just like he was just being intimidating, like, "Oh, you look what you did to my bike," and then But yeah, no, he was absolutely defending his friend. Yeah. Anyway. So later on, unnamed time, possibly later that day, Baji and Kazutora are riding, and Kazutora tries to convince him that they should steal a CB250T motorbike for Mikey's birthday. Baji, however, has serious reservations about stealing the bike from a shop, but eventually he seems to give in, and they go ahead with their plan to break into the shop. So during the heist, the boys actually spot a version of this bike, this CB250T, that's a bit more souped up, and they decide they're going to steal that one. And so as they break it out and start to roll with it, someone catches them, and as the figure walks forward, and it's like pretty fearless about the voice, the person appears to be pretty fearless, unconcerned with, coming across these robbers. As soon as the light hits him, he recognizes Baji, who recognizes him in return and calls him Shinichiro. Before he can stop him, coming up behind him, Kazutora bludgeons this guy, Shinichiro, like knocking him out in a pretty serious attack. At that point, Baji starts freaking out. He points out that this was actually Mikey's older brother that Kazutora attacked. And then both boys start freaking out. And at this point, a guilt-ridden, like, they're just standing there watching this guy bleed, freaking out, which I guess maybe that's like a natural reaction, I suppose, when you're panicking and you've done something criminal. So this guilt-ridden Kazutora enters a catatonic state. At this point, the cops close in and they arrest the boys, but Kazutora is meanwhile reasoning that this entire incident is Mikey's fault, and so he's just got to kill him. And as they're led away, they both encounter Mikey looking on, trying to understand what's happening.
Yeah, it's Mikey's fault. Totally.
Yeah, well, he's clearly not right in the head in that moment, but holy cow. Yeah, yikes. So, things not to do when you encounter someone breaking and entering, I guess, is leave yourself open in the back for someone to bludgeon you. Holy cow, that was upsetting on a number of levels. Yeah, what are we thinking about this episode? Let's start with you, Dragon.
Oh, this episode, it hit me hard. Like the thing with Mikey, of course. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously, Mikey really cares about his friends, and just all this stuff happening over a bike.
Yeah, bunch of
A
delinquents.
bike that Mikey didn't even really care about all that much, from how I interpreted it.
He cared about his friend more.
Mm-hmm. And ooh, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
it was
Pretty
definitely
grim.
definitely a punch to the gut, and it really makes me wonder. So it really actually makes me wonder why Bocce is turning against Tomon now, because he knows what happened, and
he was not okay with it at all. You're right.
mm-hmm.
Baji or Kazutora?
I was talking about Baji.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think Kazutora is kind of delusional. He's like he's
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He's just straight up denying reality to rationalize that what he did was actually a good thing. Or
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think you're onto something about Baji. It does the now that we know more about him, it does make it harder to believe he would abandon his friendship with Mikey on this incident over this incident, you know? It doesn't seem to track. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sketch, what are your thoughts about this episode? Am I going down the rabbit hole too much, you think? I'm trying not to be the one with the
Nah.
crazy theories, but like I just have this inkling, you know?
I don't think you're really going down the rabbit hole too far. This show is full of rabbit holes.
It really is.
So this really recontextualizes Kazutora, because in the previous episode we see, he's kind of laid back. He's definitely not a guy to mess around with, but he's kind of laid back. He's chill. He's aloof. And then in this episode, we see him have a total mental breakdown and go from Mikey's the best, Mikey's my best bud, to this is all Mikey's fault. I have to kill Mikey. It's like, whoa, dude. Whoa. So nice to see he seemingly mellowed out since then. But I guess this is how he ended up in juvenile hall for however long. That's what he mentioned to Takemichi in the previous episode. It was like, hey, if you're an alumni, why are you not? If you're one of my senpais, why have I never seen you? It's like, oh, because I haven't been to school in years. So,
Yeah, and it's not quite clear because at the end of the episode they say that Shinichiro was taken away in critical condition. So it's not clear whether or not he's alive or whether he survives this.
That's. Ooh.
It doesn't look good.
That's
that was a nasty head wound. I would be surprised if he is unscathed or even if he lives. And gosh, if that character dies, that is, well, let's just say he's voiced by Billy Kometz. So
Yeah.
Y-
Dead
yikes.
or serious brain injury. You don't really come back from that.
Yeah. So that hits even harder, honestly, because we lost Billy Kometz. Rest his soul. It's actually, gosh, it's been several years since then now.
I know, gosh.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I was running it in my head. I'm like, wasn't that a while ago? Oh wait, these episodes are not new.
No, yeah, these episodes are not new. Yeah. Well, Baji used to be a lot more mellow. Jeez. But I guess
It's like they switched places in temperament.
a little bit.
He was so
yeah.
young. God, I'm sorry. That's just you brought it up, and now I'm like thinking about it and his
Yeah,
cancer, and it was just so sad.
it really is.
I lost someone to the same type of cancer at around the same age, basically.
Mhm.
So it's just that was rough. It was rough to relive.
Yeah. But man, what a terrible outcome. They were attempting to steal from somebody, and that's not okay regardless, but like, ooh, should have done a bit more research there, buddy.
It also explains why he wasn't even included when Mikey was like, "Oh, there were 4 founding members." He didn't say 5. Because
Potentially killed his brother.
I mean, regardless of what happened, there's no way, even if he doesn't have an outright enmity with Kazutora, it's not like you can come back in your friendship from something like that.
No, and it was all just a terrible mistake. I mean, he didn't have to hit him. He definitely should have not done that. And just, took the heat for trying to steal a bike. Because now you're going to take the heat for trying to steal the bike, and you may have killed Mikey's brother.
mean, the appropriate response in that moment is to run.
Yeah.
Right? You caught. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Well, we
If
finally
Mikey's
found
bro-
the adults. They were all over this.
Yeah. If Mikey's brother is chill, he'd probably like not pursue them because they didn't actually steal anything. But oof. Oh, that is just every now and then this show hits you with what a terrible coincidence that this is occurring. Yeah, nasty. But pretty clear how a major fallout between those characters could come from this. Yeah. I really wonder how Kazutora like got in a better mental headspace. Maybe all that time in juvie. Because
Makes you think he's
jeez.
in a better headspace. He
Yeah.
seems a little deranged to me.
Oh yeah, but at least he's not like mumbling to himself about how he has to kill Mikey. Maybe he's just internalizing that now. But he seemingly hasn't tried to kill Mikey in at least in any recent encounter that we know of.
And he's had a lot of time. If
Mhm.
he was going to enact revenge, it seems unwise for him to wait until Mikey is surrounded by an entire gang of loyal followers to come after him. Unless, of course, he was waiting for his own gang of loyal followers. I don't
This man
know.
is
it's
not
just-
exactly the king of the wise to begin with, to be fair.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have enough information on Kazutora. But what I know about Baji does make me question the situation more deeply. Yeah. Stephen, what are your thoughts about this episode?
Man, what a turn of events from going from a beach episode to this.
Yeah. Shit. We got teased with some perversion and then it turned into utter violence.
Yeah. Dude, it's like going from like, yeah, this is gonna be cool. It does give a point of view of why Mikey drives a scooter. Maybe that was his brother's scooter if he doesn't live. Right? That's his brother that he got hit, or his friend.
His
brother.
brother. His older
Okay.
brother.
His older brother.
Okay, so
Ooh, yeah, good point about that about the bike.
yeah, maybe that's something that he has to like carry along or something. I don't know. We didn't get to that part yet, but who knows? And those two dudes going into a bike shop and said, "Yeah, let's steal it." What gives you the idea to do that? Just go to a junkyard and find something comparable. I mean, why are you doing that? You know, dudes like
Look, there isn't even an alarm.
there's nothing there. I mean, yeah, you could have done research, and how do you not know that Mikey's brother doesn't like not know, or how do you not find this out with like all your interactions with him and going by him and everything, that he does not own a bike shop? Like, how does that not get talked about? So I don't know. They're all into bikes. Look at them all riding bikes in the future. So it's like something's going on there. But man, it was Kazutori that like bopped him in the head, right? No,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
but
was a little
just
bit more than a bop.
took the
Like a slugger.
yeah. He's like, oh, I got him this time, and it's like you can just see that flashback of like just slow motion with lock cutters, like bolt cutters, like got him head. I mean, man, he must have like swung, and Casey swinging at the bat for that to like hit him and knock them all out.
Pretty
But
violent.
yeah, that violent, but man, Kazutori's like a few cards short of a full deck, man. Dude, my grandma would say he has a big hole in his screen door, because the amount of like nuts he is. And then he goes, yeah, yeah, we'll do this. Oh, we'll do this. And he's like, time to kill Mikey. Time to kill Mikey. Like, how do you make that jump? That jump of like you were like so infatuated with him to be like him, and then it's like that's it, he's dead, and then future him is like, "Oh, it's all right. Yeah, don't worry about it." No, the guy's got a screw loose in there. Someone was shaking him, man. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, he
yeah.
definitely has a screw loose somewhere. Laser, what are your thoughts about this episode?
Pain, horrible suffering, ow. Just oh my god. When he's coming out, the thing that gets me is there is enough time for Body to be like, dude, no, stop. But he doesn't stop. He could have, but he didn't. Which doubles down to the why you blaming Mikey. You were told to stop and you didn't. Oh god, just this is a horrible situation, and it's just the over eagerness on Kazutora here to go from 0 to 100 here. This guy, get this kid in therapy or some shit.
School programs.
School programs, yes. Oh my gosh. Also, poor Mikey. Lose a brother like that.
Yeah, a brother and two
Mhm.
friends in one
Yeah,
go.
in one go. That is just ow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an upsetting episode. It's kind of amazing how like they keep finding new ways to sort of shock you with the level of violence. And I was warned that this was going to be a violent series, but they definitely like to, if you forgive the expression, beat you in the head with it every chance they get. That yeah, that these are a bunch of hooligans and this is their way of doing things. I mean, we get one dude's face smashed in the previous episode, and here a dude's head smashed in. It's just very ugly, and it's such a hard juxtaposition to how cheerful Takamichi is, and how devoted to this whole situation it is, and how willingly how willingly he seems to be to involve himself in such a violent lifestyle when like he doesn't seem like that guy at all. Like even if his running gag of the t-shirts with all the peaceful messages on them, it's very strange that this is the lifestyle he's chosen to align himself with. Now obviously he's developed this friendship with Mikey and Draken, and this whole time travel business where he's like trying to save his girlfriend. Like that's obviously relevant as a motivating factor, but just in general, like it just seems I just find it hard to believe that he's not inwardly like having a huge psychological issue with all the things he's surrounding himself with as he goes back in time and gets further into this gang, which he was never this deep into before.
Oh yeah, it's got to be messing with him, no question about that.
Yeah. And I guess that, would explain why he forces on the cheerfulness so much, but
If
but
he has a choice to laugh or cry, so he laughs.
yeah. I think that it's a little disturbing. And I find it also interesting that like I don't think the show is trying to glorify these gangs. Like they definitely make it clear that oh yeah, they have this friendship blah 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 on one hand because you're not supposed to hate the main characters. You're supposed to feel some alignment with them in order to watch the show and root for them. But also like you see the way they behave on even on the so-called good guy side. There's an element of nastiness to it, of their violence, not to mention like the violence you see externally. And Takamichi points out when he walks into the Valhalla hideout, like he said the mood is so different. I would imagine they lack the level of camaraderie, and it just felt a lot more sinister. So I don't know, it's
The
just
messaging is very
the
clear here
observation I made.
none of this is good. You should not get involved in this stuff.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Well, I think that's a good time to wrap up the discussion and move on to talk about soccer. Because who's excited to talk about soccer? No, me.
Oh boy,
Yay.
soccer! The
Hey.
Trifusion.
Yes.
And the crowd goes wild.
The crowd goes mild. Yeah, it's episode 16 of Blue Lock Tri-Fusion. Yeah. So, immediately, it's apparent that Nagi and Isagi and King Baro are gonna really struggle to come together as a team.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Oh, they were
Isagi
gonna be best buds.
Isagi keeps talking about how we have to have a chemical reaction. It's like, yeah, whatever. 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 Uh we get a lot more about Baro in this episode. So if you were looking for that, uh I think you were entertained because we find out that he is OCD to the extreme. To the point that Nagi and Isagi start calling him Maid Baro because he's so tiny. And the way they visualize Maid Baro,
It made me wonder if I turned on South Park on accident.
or JoJo.
Or JoJo.
More like Maid Bara, am I right?
Oh.
Doesn't have a beard, so not quite. I guess, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I guess this makes sense that he'd have that kind of personality. Everything's got to be just as it should be. He's very particular about every little thing, including his training regimen. Uh, he does actually seem way more mellow in this episode. Like he's not constantly yelling at these guys, though he does do a bit of that. He's more like he's kind of reserved himself to, I guess I just got to deal with this, and it doesn't help me out to be completely unpersonable, but he's very particular about various things. And I don't know, it's kind of neat to see this side of Baro. It makes sense.
He's
I
very
guess.
particular about literally everything.
Yeah, it's very, very particular about little everything. And Izaki's like, well, we got to learn how to work as a team. And Barl's like, well, then just pass me the ball. That's all you need to do. Pass me the ball. It's like, no, that's not all we have to do. You lost because that's what you thought you needed to do. He's like, yeah, but that Naruhaya guy, if he had just done what I told him to, then we would have won. If you think teamwork is so important, why didn't you take him instead? And Isagi's like, well, even though Naruhaya and I can get along, we aren't going to be, a powerful team because our skills are, not going to lend themselves to each other, which, makes sense. Certainly makes sense. But perhaps the highlight of the episode is a JFU meeting where we finally get another ego TED Talk. It's been a while.
These are the highlights.
Where the JFU's all like, yeah, we want this super player. We want to be real popular, make a lot of money. And he's like, you fools. You just want a celebrity. You don't want the ultimate striker. You want a celebrity that'll go off to the States and play poorly because of the language barrier, not being compatible. And then they'll just squander their career in a minor league for the rest of the time. That's what you want. That's not what we're here for. And they're like, all right, well, you better get some results. We'll see. We'll see if it gets some results. Oh, also, there's a public bath. They have a really nice bath, actually.
They do.
I was a bit surprised. And the food options seem to be at least slightly better. Slightly. Uh, and Kunigami, Chigiri, and Ryo are also kind of figuring out their whole dynamic. But when Isagi bumps into Kunigami in the bath, and then Chigiri shows up, they're like, "Man, why didn't you wait for us?" And like, "Well, but Nagi asked me to play," and they're like, "Yep, fair, totally get it. I would have gone with Nagi too." It's like, then why are you so mad?
Because they have their egos to bruise.
Still, yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Meanwhile, Ryo seems to be teetering between wanting to get back with Nagi and wanting to destroy Nagi for betraying him. It's like, oh, but if I make Nagi wait, if I don't pick Nagi and then he gets kicked out. No, not kicked out, but like he has to.
I want him to
the
feel what it feels like to lose someone.
yeah. Ryo, chill, man.
Yeah.
Chill, dude.
Dude's
Yeah.
very extra.
Yes.
I don't see him lasting long in this competition.
I don't either.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. So they're like, well, why are we even being wishy-washy about this? Let's just play. Let's your team versus our team. All right, we'll do it. Baro's even like mad at Nagi for swimming in the bath. It's like, no swimming in the bath. Whose towel is that? You know what? Respect. I get it. I get it. Don't bubble. Don't put bubbles in the bath. You're getting your spit. I got fair.
It is fair. It is fair, but it's also funny.
It is. It is. So yeah, they decide to play, and they start the match, and well before that, the winners are having a little trouble in paradise because nobody wants to play against Rin's team that has now added Bachara. So Mr. Dazzling and the erratic guy are like, come on, you want to play a game? Come on. I'm like, forget it, dude. We're not playing against you. Not happening. So, yeah, that's fine. And yeah, then they start the match. They start the match, and they pretty much Isagi's team pretty much immediately falls apart because Baro won't pass the ball, and Kunigami is being strategic in how he will keep Baro from advancing. Like he won't, as long as he doesn't get close enough to the goal, he won't do anything. So he's saving his energy. That makes sense. Ryo rushes in and can get the ball, and then he passes it to what's his name? What's his name? Chigiri. Chigiri passes to Chigiri, who breaks away from Nagi pretty fast because he's super fast. So things are immediately falling apart. Gotta wonder how they're gonna be able to turn this around because it doesn't look good. It does not look good at all. But hey, Isagi's the guy that's all about adaptability, so he'll figure it out, right? Right?
I do
Right?
appreciate that he is improving as a player, like as far as that being his part of his character arc, because it would be lame if he wasn't growing through this process. He's supposed to be the MC.
Well, and that seems to be where he's leading himself too. He's talking about how my weapon is actually my adaptability. I'm like, okay, now we're talking, because he's constantly reacting and changing to stimuli.
Yes, I would agree wholeheartedly. He does react and change according to the situation. Which yeah, that would, if you hone that's the mark of a good soccer player long term, or a great midfielder.
Midfielder in disguise.
Yeah. True.
I definitely
True.
foresee this being another 2 episodes of this, like, of this game. And so we mentioned like 2 things could happen. They could get booted back, him and Nagi, which would be super lame, I think, and then we'd be stuck in this loop, or they beat
No,
them
they're
and
taking Nagi.
yeah. Oh yeah, and then he's stuck with
just Borrow.
Borrow. Or they find a way to win, and then he's got to choose between his 2 team members, Chigiri and Kunigami, because no way is he picking Reo.
And those 2 are both a hard. Which one do you pick?
Yeah, well, Nagi wants to pick Reo.
Chigiri.
Borrow likes Kunigami because it lends to his way of playing. But Chigiri is the obvious choice. Come on.
I would agree he's the obvious choice.
I like Kunigami a heck of a lot more, but Borrow kind of fills his role.
True.
Yes.
That is true.
Yeah.
Though Kunigami is more of a... He doesn't have quite the range of Borrow, but he's better at, like, closer shots, I think.
Yeah, but first they got to figure out how to adapt to this completely new and different dynamic. I mean, I don't know how Borrow's his gameplay style works, because Nagi and Isagi have found a way to play together. They figured out a way to communicate. They figured out their chemistry. I don't know, and I guess they don't know even where Borrow fits in. They just know he's a great player. So how to work that in, and Chigiri is really smart. Kunigami and Chigiri know how to play together. They have a dynamic. So this and Reo knows all of Nagi's ins and outs. So this will obviously be a challenging game. I mean, or else they wouldn't be able to, have the drama. So that's why I was estimating like two episodes of this game between these 6 players. Hooray. I just want to get on with it. I do want to get on with it, like the game part, because like this I feel like there's an element of predictability here in terms of they're going to fall behind in points, and then they're going to get it together and then come away ahead of points, because not once have they been successfully like able to consistently dominate a game, with exception to the one time where a player cheated. So like they are pretty predictable with like they are coming in as the what's the word? The underdog consistently. It would be nice if they came in strong and they finished strong, but I guess that's I don't know.
There'd be no dramatic tension if they did that.
No, I think maybe, I don't know. I guess it depends on how you do it. I guess, like, how else do you break the cycle of predictability, I suppose?
Start strong, start losing in the middle, and gain it back.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess, like, if you're watching a real sports game and your team is on top, there's still tension, because you're always thinking every moment.
Those are the most boring games I've ever seen.
I'm saying no, I disagree wholeheartedly. If you want your team to win and you're afraid they might lose their advantage, the tension is constantly there, because you keep thinking, like, every time every time, another touchdown is made, and I'm using football because that's the most
Oh
recent
no, that's
example
what I
can
know
think of.
too.
Like, or even like, even when I was watching the World Series, when the Dodgers were playing, and like, yeah, it's someone standing on the outside be like, oh yeah, the Dodgers definitely were going to win. That was not at all how it felt like watching those games. It felt like they could have lost at any moment, that they weren't going to make that home run, that they weren't going to do that. So, like, I feel like you can make tension in a winning game as well if the other team is challenging enough, and it gets really close, or they get really close to scoring, or they score just enough. So I think you can make that work. Maybe it's a little bit different in how they would do it with soccer, but for sure. Anyway, I don't know. I just want them to get on with it, is my point.
I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
For the record,
as
as a story, I'd actually agree with you. For actual
Yeah.
sports, I actually do like closer games better than blowouts.
Well, yeah, of course. Nobody likes a blowout. Those are
Boring.
kind of
Unless you
sad.
hate the other team, that's the only time you like a blowout.
Ah,
The
yeah,
other team
yeah.
crushed.
Well,
Fair.
okay,
But that
that's
doesn't apply to
fair.
this. That doesn't apply here.
It can still get kind of mundane though if it's.
It gets boring real fast. It's just okay. Well, they're losing,
But
we're
it's still
winning.
satisfying because.
Oh, it is satisfying because like, screw those guys.
Yeah. Dragon. What are your thoughts on this episode of Blue Lock?
So, I actually really was latching on to like the drama between Reo and Isagi and Nagi there, like seeing the whole possessiveness come in, because Reo referred to Nagi as a treasure that Isagi looted from him.
Yeah.
He did.
And I'm just thinking to myself, bro, your so-called treasure chose to go with Isagi on his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't steal him. You don't
And,
understand. Because Nagi is like, Reo, I've been learning so much. And he's like, shut up. Like, buddy,
Oh my gosh.
he's becoming a better player for you.
You should be happy, guy. He's excited to come back to your side and be like, look at all this cool stuff I learned. That's cool.
Exactly.
It is kind of funny that that their team hasn't moved on because no one wants to play them. Like, they could have easily kept going and gotten up to 5 players by now, but nobody will play them. And the only person who wants to play them got booted back and has to work his way up. So
Yeah.
I suspect that they're just gonna have to wait for
Yep.
Isagi whenever he gets his team of 4, and then
Yep.
we'll see a show
And then
off.
he can get Bachara back.
Oh my god, if he didn't choose Bachara, I would just give up on this fucking show.
Baby, come back.
You would never pick Rin over Bachara. Come on.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
So, I'm also thinking that we're establishing Bado's characterization here for a reason. So, maybe Reo ends up doing something that gets on Bado's bad side, and that's what gets Bado to actually start working with the team.
Maybe. I mean, there's got to be something that gets Baro to cooperate. You would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laser, what are your thoughts?
It's an episode of Blue Lock. It's
A rather uneventful one.
yes. I don't know what to say beyond what we said. The possessive angle is interesting. the other team and actually work together, and we can't. Is like, yeah, who could have seen that one coming? Oh wait, everyone. I just hope Barrow learns from this, but he probably won't. I did love that ego rant. That was something great. But yeah, that it was blue lock. A very blue lock.
Yes. Yes, it was. Steven, what do you want to rant about?
How the sound wasn't working on the stream, and it
Yeah.
actually kicked me out. Discord. Man, they
We're
have
glad
nice
that you were able to
spas.
come back.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do have nice spas.
They have a nice spa over there, and man, those guys are ripped, man. They have like 0% body fat as well.
Even Nagi, my gosh, Nagi in the bath, I was like, dang, man.
Man, it's something
He
else.
is
And
toned.
dude, do they spend like all their day like in the gym, like just toning and like making sure everything? I mean, soccer doesn't do that much, but I mean, it
Soccer
expends
players
some
are
calories.
super lean. I had a family member that played semi-professional, and he was extremely lean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even the legs?
Yeah, he was pretty lean. Like not like big like you would see like a football player, but like wiry muscular.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and his team was too, so.
Huh.
And then Maid Barrow, man. Dude, can he have his own show?
Yeah, he was so unlikable before, but he's gotten interesting.
Yeah, he's gotten interesting with his like tendency of like his OCD tendencies of actually like trying to like make everything right and fix and everything. So he's a little crazy in the head, but man, he's doing it from like a good spot, I guess. We're probably gonna get some like backstory why he's a little bit OCD, but I mean, still, I mean that guy in the maid outfit and everything else. I mean,
my gosh.
dude, we want to. I want to show like a spinoff of that of just him going to places and
Well,
actually like
speaking
cleaning
of
things
that,
up.
we got a glimpse of that with the bonus time or extra time, whatever it's called.
That was fun, man. Just make those the shows.
Please,
They-
I actually really love these.
Imagined Maid Barrow being all nice and hospitable, and then they imagined, whoa, what if Maid Barrow was like mean and swore a lot? Yeah, there's definitely a
You mean
market
like regular
for that.
Barrow?
Definitely a market for that. And he's like, quit thinking stupid stuff.
So I swearing maid cafe. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, swearing.
Yep.
A swearing maid cafe. Mhm.
Man, you know people be into that.
Oh man, why doesn't he have cat ears?
Oh my gosh, I missed it.
Would have been something. Also when because they right at the start of the episode they're still fighting over the bed situation. And then later in the episode after they come back from their baths and Barrow's already taken the single bed and they're like, man, what does rock paper scissors mean anyway? He just took it anyway. I was like, yeah, but you gotta admit he really tidied up the place.
Yeah.
All right, that's a fair trade-off. Nagi goes straight for the top bunk. He's like, hey, maybe I wanted the top bunk. It's like, dude, do you want the top bunk? Really? What is the benefit of the top bunk here? You're just further away from the bathroom. Right.
At least he got beds.
Yeah, at least you got
Before, they
beds
had to
now.
sleep on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. All right, that's enough. Talking about balls.
Let's talk about cocks.
Yep.
Oh boy.
It was also a very violent episode.
Oh my word, it was. It was super
It really
violent.
was. Holy cow.
Super duper violent. I mean, Keiji's just getting like he's in bad shape throughout this entire episode. But he just keeps on fighting. Oh, what was the episode title? It takes two wings to fly, something like that.
Yeah.
Very, very poetic. Yeah. So when last we left things off in Rooster Fighter, this being the penultimate episode of the season.
Gosh.
Uh,
I need more.
Keisuke's Kaioken times 10 was unable to finish off Hikari, because of course it was. And Hikari's taunting Keisuke, saying, "Oh, you won't be able to save your father, but it's a meaningless bond anyway." We'll come back to that. Keiji attacks Hikari as he's about to finish off Keisuke, despite Keiji barely hanging in there. Like, he is bloodied, he is battered, he is barely standing, but he's like, "I only got one thing on my mind, and that's kicking your ass." But as he's fighting against Hikari and not doing super well, Mario joins the fray and he gives Keiji a big hug and almost crushes him. It's like, "You're killing me, dude." And then he's very enraged at Hikari for what the devils did, manipulating all the demons and forcing them to do terrible things. Understandable, but unfortunately for Mario, he does not stand a chance against Hikari here and gets slashed up pretty bad. But now Hikari goes back to fighting Keiji and is trying to push Keiji to his limits, wondering why Mother is so interested in this rooster. And Keisuke remembers his childhood where he was once picked on by other chickens, and they do make a point of saying that his father is a man whore. And a chicken comes and stands up to him, a girl he clearly has feelings for, and she's all like, "No, stop, no, leave him alone." And then they immediately start attacking her, and she's like, "Keisuke, save me!" And he's like, "No, I can't do anything," and he runs away. Bro, two of you is better than one, at least. What are you doing? Well, the next day he tries to thank her for standing up for him, which is the polite thing to do, but she immediately snubs him because, well, he ran away like a chicken. Ran away like a chicken. And
You were waiting
then
for that one.
Yeah, Keisuke's father shows up and it's like, "Son, have you been good?" You're like,
You're
"Kind of
winning,
not."
son.
Are you winning, son? Yeah, that was definitely a "Are you winning, son" type moment. And then he drops the bomb on him. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to fight demons." And he's like, "No, I could never do that. I'm a chicken." Keisuke's father is shown defeating a demon handily. I think Bryce Papenbrook plays this demon. It was pretty amusing. And Keisuke asks his father, will he ever be as strong as his father is? And his father tells his son, what does he think the true meaning of strength is? Back in the present, seeing Keiji's relentless determination, despite being weaker than he believes he is, like, Keisuke is like, why would you keep trying to fight? You're weaker than me, and I wasn't able to defeat him. But seeing that determination, because Keiji's just that stubborn, it awakens Keisuke's righteous egg, and it reaches its second awakening. He's gone Super Chicken level 2.
Super Chicken level 2. All right, where's the spirit at?
Super Saiyan cock.
Yep. All
Super...
it needs is a good rock music to go with it.
Well, Saiyajin's like the species, so it would be super cock
chicken.
level 2.
Super cock level 2. And this is to go one cock beyond.
was actually thinking Super Chicken Blue because he's got a blue aura.
Oh yeah, Super Chicken Blue.
There you go.
Yeah, Super Chicken Blue. Yeah.
This show gives me way too many jokes, I swear to God.
I mean, they absolutely did that on purpose.
Oh, absolutely they did.
Oh, they must have.
It's a nice
And then-
homage.
Yeah.
It is.
And that's when Keisuke realizes the meaning of true strength is to believe in yourself. That's right. And with this, Keisuke becomes totally hard-boiled. Like Robbie Damon changes his delivery to be very.
That was hilarious.
I wasn't sure if it was a different voice actor or not. I was like,
Miss
what the-
Elizabeth, please go find my father.
Yeah, do
So,
something useful, Elizabeth.
Go take your laser gun somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, that's not the only trick she has.
True.
Because she chases off a Kappa demon who keeps calling her dumb, and she takes exception to that. She has a robot belt called Sophia, which speaks in Lucy Christian's voice. I'm not sure if it's supposed to sound exactly like Elizabeth, but it does. And this has a jetpack, which allows her to fly. It's a flying chicken! So the Kappas are like, ha, why don't you just fly after me? Oh no!
Okay.
So he thinks, all right, well, if I can't fly away from her, I'll hide under. Which Elizabeth admits would put her at a disadvantage, and that's as far as things go over there. Keisuke, now in Super Chicken Blue, he fights Hikari again and defeats him. Like kicks the guy in half, leaves him in 2 parts on the ground there. And Hikari's all like,
scene.
how could you be so strong? It's like, it was because of my brother and my father, who is my greatest, my greatest inspiration. It's like, family bonds. I was defeated by family bond. And as he's fading, Hikari thinks of some woman, probably his original mother, and then snaps back to himself and repairs himself and transforms into an even larger winged form.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, by the way. Did he
Typical
just
Dragon
regenerate?
Ball enemy.
The fucking regeneration there. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then he regenerates from getting his head blown off. I'm sorry, that made me so mad. It's like,
well, it's his
other
core.
thing-
It's the core orb. You see, it's
It's the orb in the chest. Yeah.
Also, we're
Like-
totally doing
Demon
Cell.
Slayer.
Oh.
Oh, Demon Slayer too. Yeah, Demon
Yeah,
Slayer.
I
Well,
was
the
getting the
next
Demon
Demon Slayer.
Slayer vibe from them. Like, you have to get one specific spot on them in order to.
And it's
Cell
not the
can
head,
move his vitals
apparently.
wherever he wants. So I
Mhm.
totally
Every
saw that
other
one.
creature, you cut off its head. That's the end of it. Like, that just made me so angry. Monster lore says that's bullshit. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
He's
Yeah.
got there's some precedent for this in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
It is bullshit though. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So before the beheading, actually,
Alright.
Keisuke gets ensnared by a birdcage trap, as Hikari calls it. But Keisuke focuses his senses for a bit and is able to break free. And that's when he blows Hikari's head clean off. But unfortunately, it's not his weak point, so he regenerates. And this is interesting. In Total Darkness, Hikari's inner thoughts, where he's like a scared little kid thinking, I don't want to fight anymore. Please don't make me fight anymore. And then he hears mother, and he's like, yes, mother, of course I will keep fighting. And at that point, he just starts attacking erratically and is too hard to predict. Keisuke's having trouble keeping up with this when Morio grabs Hikari and starts crushing him, but he gets skewered by one of the tendrils, and he laments to Keiji that he wasn't more useful as his friend before he's ripped apart.
We just got him back.
I know.
And now we got a real Super Saiyan moment going on here. I could just hear that bird twittering for Keiji now.
Mm-hmm. As a very furious Keiji awakens his own righteous egg, and Mother from the sidelines is like, yes, it's finally happening.
The day of fate has finally come.
Yes. Whoa!
Yeah, no, that was an episode. Holy cow.
Also, Pyoko's all like tuckered out after saving Morio, and it seems like the duty has left her for now.
Duty went back to sleep.
Duty went back to sleep. Yeah. Oh, that's such a cool visual with like all the red and in contrast to Keisuke's blue.
It is really cool.
Yeah. He's Keiji with super chicken god. Yeah. It is totally BS that he's able to regenerate and he killed Mario. And I was like, well, if this isn't just Android 16's head in front of Gohan in the Cell games. It's exactly that.
It totally is.
Two major awakenings this episode. Our Dragon is our guest. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun with this show, especially like these last few episodes where it's just gotten high action, and I'm still wondering what the heck happened with Pyoko last episode.
Yeah,
but-
me too.
Mhm.
I need an explanation of that because I got squat for. I thought maybe I missed something, but no. Apparently, we all missed something.
I kind of wonder if it has something to. I mean, it has something to do with how she hasn't been aging.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Hey.
More to be revealed. Someday.
I think we finally have a name for the power that KG awoke at the start of the series.
Yes,
I don't
his
know if
righteous
it.
egg.
Yeah, I don't know if we got the righteous egg before this episode or if this was the episode where it was established.
It was established in some flashbacks about
Okay.
Keisuke and his dad. I want to say 2 episodes ago.
I think that's about right, yeah.
It's barely touched on.
Yeah, no, it's still a very new concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to say outside of what we've already talked about.
Fair. Kuro, what are your thoughts on this episode of Rooster Fighter?
Really bummed me out. Like Mario
Yeah, man, we
dying
just
after
got
all of
Mario
that.
back, and he's
I
so
know.
sad when it goes, man.
Oh gosh, and of course the devil's like twisting that. Oh, you just got it back too. Shut up, you!
Obviously, this was the only thing that was going to inspire Keiji to find his inner Super Saiyan chicken, but it was pretty sad that it had to go down like that, especially because Mario was trying to help, like he does in his way. So that was upsetting. It was also upsetting that the devil seemed to be indestructible, and then we find it's got a core. Like, that was some bullshit. And it had its own power-up level after having a previous power-up level, and then saying, like, I have 3 horns, I'm extra strong, and it was just kind of bullshit. Like, you realize you're setting this extremely powerful creature against a chicken. It's a fucking chicken.
But it's
There
a
has to
special
be
chicken.
some level of reasonableness here. We know we're watching an anime, but come on.
Thank you for bringing up the
Come on.
horn. I forgot to mention that. He does explain that devils with 3 horns are stronger than devils with 2 horns, and Keiji's like, the white demon had 4 horns.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we're not even through this. Obviously, that's gonna have to wait till a later season. But I just a little bit. It felt a little bit unreasonable. Like, the power creep is much. There's so muchness happening here. I guess I think I was just overwhelmed by the violence and the chickens getting beaten up. They're quite delicate creatures, you know. Okay, they're
Oh
very delicate.
man, he stabbed Keiji right in the side of the head.
Yeah.
I'm just bummed. I'm not saying
Brutal.
it's bad or I didn't like it or anything. I was just really bummed watching this, and I'm like,
It was
I need
intense.
some niceness. I need some good things. You know, that on top of not knowing what the hell's going on with Pyoko. I'm a little bit like, okay, I obviously, this was all set up to be this level of violent, and I should have seen it coming, but you know, still. I need something a little bit like cozy and nice after this, I swear. I need to watch something with like bunnies and rainbows.
Oh, what? This week's episode of Dawn to Dawn didn't fit that quota for you?
You know what I mean, though.
Well, I'd say that Superman will be sunshine and rainbows compared to Rooster Fighter, but you
I'm
don't
not watching
plan
it.
on watching
yeah.
it.
No. I know. I'm gonna need a little sunshine and rainbows after this.
Don't worry,
also,
we'll find a slice of life show to throw at you.
to cheer me up. Yeah, I guess I'm kind of wondering, like, we knew that this would end with this particular fight sequence, that it would be the remainder of the season. So there's 1 episode left and they'll finish this fight. And then I feel like there's still so much more left. Is there any hint of a situation with a season 2 at all?
Well, it's done very well internationally, so I can't imagine that it won't get another season unless deals get complicated.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, it's
I
not
think
even
it's
in
done well
production.
enough.
So we're looking at least 2.5 years before we see anything.
Yeah. I have no idea how much of the manga this covers and how much is left to adapt. It's
I think it was
ongoing still.
V-Lord that said that they did this kind of rushed this, but there was still a lot more content. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
leaving
but
some
they
part of it
probably
out.
won't go back and adapt that stuff later, but they might.
Yeah.
Certainly possible.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about it.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It was an intense episode.
It was an incredibly intense episode.
But it had some levity in there, like dealing with the Kappa demon and stuff, and Keiji getting a big old hug from Mario. Mario! It's just so heartbreaking that he's like, I wish I could have done more.
You did enough, bro.
You did
enough.
a lot. You were a real one, Mario.
You know, I should have seen this coming because his name is Morio, and I remember JoJo.
It would have been so cool if they'd had like a demon friend on their side in their journey forward.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Not allowed to have nice things.
Maybe he can regenerate too when we're done.
Hey,
I'm not counting on it, but
he's kind of here, there, and everywhere.
The way he
Yeah.
exploded, man, I don't think he's coming back from that.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
this
he's
ain't
coming back
this
from it.
this ain't a little this ain't a little stab to the forehead.
No, I don't
Last time.
think he's coming back, but I'm not willing to rule it out entirely yet.
Yeah. Probably.
It would be a fun way to end the season. Be like, oh, by the way, I'm here.
You know
Is
what?
he,
I'll take the bullshit. That's fine with me. I'd be totally okay with that.
If this
Sometimes
was
a
more
happy
serious-
ending is worth it.
Disbelief suspended for the sake of
Look, if this
my
was a more
bunnies and rainbows
serious
moment.
show,
I'm sorry. Disbelief suspended for the show about monster fighting roosters.
yeah, if this was not literally the most ridiculous show I've ever seen in my life, I don't know that I'd suggest this.
Hey,
But it
anything
is
could
the most
happen.
ridiculous show I've ever seen in my not Vimo, but up there.
Which I guess it makes sense that they have like levels of their Super Chicken Saiyan, in order to take on these demons, because like his Coco is only gonna get him so far, I guess. So this tracks. I will see more. We'll see some power creep with these hens, I suspect.
Most likely. Mr. AJ Tibb did point out in the chat that they did set up this whole vitals thing not being in the head with the slug demon several
That's true.
episodes in. So it's not unprecedented.
Well,
It's
that's-
still annoying though.
Well, if that's true for Slug Demon, maybe it's true for Mario too.
Yeah. Hopefully.
We can hope. I'm coping pretty hard, but you know what? We can hope.
His head's pretty intact, isn't it?
I think his head did get set flying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's none of the part, like his arms got set flying, his legs got set flying, his torso and his head. But I don't think any of the pieces, if you will. If he was an action figure, he'd totally be repairable.
Maybe.
You'd have to put the pieces back in, but
This isn't Dr. Stone.
no, it's not. I didn't say you were do that either. I'm just saying if this was like an actual toy, you could like, the legs and arms and head fell off.
Speaking of Dr. Stone, I have to point this out about that Blue Lock episode when Kunigami and Shiguri are like hyping themselves up. It's like, you're excited because I'm here. And Shiguri says, it's like, okay, Senku. If that wasn't intentional, it had to be intentional.
That had to be intentional. I didn't catch that. That's amazing.
I finally cracked. I started watching. I'm caught up on Dr. Stone. Titan's Future because my friend and I started watching it.
I might have to talk to you about that later.
Perhaps. I think there's probably been an episode since we caught up, quote unquote. Anyway, I got tired of waiting for Toonami, but I would definitely watch it again.
All I can tell you is that I've been watching it with our Dragon and Arc, and yeah, we're having a lot of fun.
Good. Steven, thoughts on this episode of Rooster Fighter?
That was an intense episode, wasn't it, man?
Mm-hmm.
Started out with the demon who like wanted to sing and hear people's voices, and ends up like going Super Saiyan. What is it? Super Chicken Blue. New from KFC, Super Chicken Blue. Now with all original herbs and spices.
Is that like a cordon bleu sandwich?
Yeah, there's a little bit of cheese and ham in there as well. So
yes, this is very cheesy and very ham.
With big, bold flavor.
Big, bold flavor.
It's some great art too in this episode. Like the animation was like so well done. A lot of exploding body parts, which is, give or take that if you don't like that. But and then seeing Elizabeth fly with the jetpack, which is like, and they're using the wings for aerodynamic. Yeah, The show does not make sense at all, but it's fun. It knows it's making fun of itself. It knows it doesn't take itself seriously, but it's having chicken fight demons. And I do want to say, Kuro, that is kind
Chicken
of a
fried demons?
there you go, chicken fried demons. But Kuro, I do want to say, yeah, it by taking the head out, it should have took out the monster, the demon.
Thank you.
It should have, but
I mean,
do
we
get,
all agree with that. Come on. We
Yeah.
all
Oh,
agree
yeah.
with that.
I do get though that little gem in the middle, like oh, this is where his heart and soul and whatever resides, and you have to take out,
I can
that
still
spot.
be mad about it.
No.
I'd still be
Yeah.
annoyed.
There's definitely something up with this Ikari guy. Some kind
Yeah.
of internal conflict.
Yeah, there's something going on. It's like, mommy, why can't I do this? And it's like, yeah,
You know who doesn't
there's
care about his fucking internal conflict? Me,
His
because he
mom.
killed Morio.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Kuro,
so
what
fuck
if
his
what if he's
internal
what if he's sympathetic?
On what planet are you going to be okay with this? I mean, is your loyalty to Morio so flippant? Are you so easily swayed, Sketch, that you'd be willing to sacrifice the time we had with Morio for this asshole? Really? Are we going to do
Hey,
this?
I mean, Vegeta killed half the cast of Dragon Ball Z, and he's everyone's favorite.
You would bring that up, wouldn't you?
I have no answer to that. I've also tangentially watched the show too, so
I think we found the hill that Kuro will die on.
Look, there's no point living for revenge.
What, really? I thought that's exactly what KG was doing.
Well, eventually Keiji's gonna learn that there's no point living for revenge.
I also feel like you
Around
can
the
think
same
of
time,
like
Ryo Hazuki
5
will.
anime shows off the top of my head that make that exact point.
I know. I know.
Steven, go on.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was a great episode. We don't know about that mom demon who's like controlling everything else. Hopefully we'll see that next week or maybe next season. The Rooster Fighter season 1 DVD Blu-ray is coming out, and so
Oh yeah.
that does give something of a hope that maybe there'll be a season 2. I mean, you don't name it season 1.
If you
I
have
mean, I
no
guess the
plan,
packaging
yeah.
will change, but you kind of don't name it season 1 without there being a season 2 or something. You
That's a
would
good
say
point.
season, not
The complete series.
yeah, you would say the complete series. You wouldn't say season 1. So something must be either in development or they're looking at all of this stuff because it is popular. I would say in the West a little bit. According to social media stuff that I see, it
Very
trends
popular in Latin
every so
America.
often. Yeah, it trends, but Latin America is where it's at, and so even if we don't get a second season, I mean, they would get one down there. That would be the most uh, opportune spot, and they would make a lot of money because about half the tweets that main channel sends on Viz doing it is in Spanish. So they translate everything. So they have a huge, huge base there. And even the director and the manga creator knows that and they pander towards that. So there could be something coming down the road. But otherwise, yeah, I can't wait to see more. And I hope the mystery deepens.
Yeah. I like that this is getting a limited edition.
Yeah,
By the
that is
way.
always nice.
It's got a cool art book. It's a bit pricey. $99.95.
Ooh, that is a very spicy special edition.
Jesus.
They
I don't know that
they
I'm buying
always
that.
overcharge for these steel books, I swear. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's just a steel book. I'm sure it'll be available for less than MSRP, but ooh, nice
Yeah,
looking
that
set
tells
though.
me I'm just getting standard, but I will be getting this show.
hmm hmm
It's too ridiculous not to.
Yeah. Speaking of cool things involving Toonami original series, they did it. They did it again. 2 years in a row. A Toonami original wins the Crunchyroll Anime Awards for Best Original Anime. It was Ninja Kamui last year. There were thoughts on that. And this year, it was, this past year, it was Lazarus, which is at least a little bit more deserved.
Between the two, definitely. I still feel Senchu was robbed.
Yeah, Zenshu Apocalypse Hotel. A lot of people are mad that Digimon Beat Break didn't get it. And
Digimon Beat Break's really good too.
Gundam G-Quux.
Also good.
Yes.
Although I'm gonna be
I like
honest,
both of those.
if you put G-Quux up, if it was just G-Quux and Lazarus, I'd probably pick Lazarus. G-Quux is fun,
I
but
might as well. G-Quux kind of
it's
loses its plot at some
it,
point.
it does, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I never saw Moonrise, so I can't speak to that. Some people thought it was great.
I felt obligated because I'm the Zenchu stan.
Yeah, I feel like Apocalypse Hotel was really worthy of that. Unfortunately, hardly anybody knew about it. Which, even though Lazarus was not available on Crunchyroll, it was only available on HBO Max and, of course, on Toonami. It was advertised. People knew about it. Some people knew about it for the wrong reasons.
Oh gosh.
It was definitely controversial last year. How about you suck that Anime News
It was just
Network?
it was one dude, one butthurt bad review. Like I don't
There
feel
was
like
more than one
I just
bit.
remember that one reviewer
The one reviewer,
specifically having a
yeah.
thorn in his ass about the show.
Anybody who thinks that was one of the worst anime of last year is
Oh, you're
insane.
tripping. You
I
are
don't think
tripping.
I honestly think we should not like focus on that though. Like the focus should be on the positives and what made it really
It was a really
earn
good
its
show.
place. First of all, it was beautifully animated. Um it had a really great original idea that had some real life parallels that people could relate to. It had a story that was original as well that mixed some, some kind of futuristic steampunk technology elements but with things that were really relevant to today, like healthcare and affordability, but also like post-apocalyptic environmental factors being real thing, like this was an overall public health failure but also an overall like failure of government agencies to protect their people on a number of levels, so you have this situation where people are living in like the rising oceans and being vulnerable to this medication that they were told are safe that really aren't. Like I can see a lot of like plot reasons why, as far as it being original anime, which is what I won for, it making sense for it to win. And it's not like I don't think a lot of creators come up with this fully fledged together idea that has a complete story to tell, and it told a complete story. So I would argue it deserved the award. And it had, it had a great message. It had originality. It had creativity. I would argue that it definitely deserved that award. And I honestly though I didn't watch the other shows, so admittedly like I'm biased because I watched this one, but I obviously was not the only person that thought so because it won. So I think other people saw what I saw.
Yeah,
And that's my
definitely.
defense of the show.
Well, it's certainly a great show, and I don't begrudge it for winning. Outside, I think there was a better show, but that's because I'm me. But that doesn't mean it was a bad show. It's certainly a great show.
Yeah.
It was a good show. And it just goes to show you that, what people say on the internet doesn't,
Oh, I don't
doesn't
mean-
necessarily reflect what people really think about these shows. But I will say that the Crunchyroll Anime Awards are always a podcast.
Well, the problem with the Crunchyroll Awards is that you can vote multiple times. So it's
that
who
is a very flawed way of voting.
So it's like, okay, well, who's more dedicated to voting, not who's more
Yeah.
popular.
I mean, unsurprisingly, pretty much all the awards went to major shonen hits. So,
Yeah, I mean, as you do,
and Apothecary Diaries. That was like the one
which
outlet.
absolutely deserves it.
Absolutely, love that show.
I do
show.
as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Lazarus winning this award.
No, I
but
don't. I don't really. I'm playing a part here.
Yeah, I know you love Zenshu. Back to one, you. And I hear nothing but good things about Glyphs Hotel, but that is also a show
I
that
haven't
I have
seen
not
that.
actually watched.
I didn't see that one either, so I can't speak to it at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's put it this way: clearly, all the nominees were good. That should say something.
Yeah, absolutely. I forget what Ninja Kamui beat last year, but I feel like part of the problem
like
was
Ninja Kamui was a little less deserving. This absolutely deserves it.
But what I would say is, I think the nominees for Best Original last year were a weaker batch overall.
I could see that.
There was Girls Band Cry in there in case of that. Oh, it got robbed. It got robbed.
Ooh.
Well, anyway, it's pretty cool. Us being Toonami faithful, pretty cool for Toonami Originals to win this category 2 years in a row. It's starting to feel like the Toonami obligatory category, but they can't continue because Rooster Fighter is in adaptation, and it's got to be in the running for best new series next year, I'm sure. So they'll probably still have a good chance of winning that.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show that our stuff that's new for Toonami is good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And despite what you may have seen people say about it, give Lazarus a chance. You may,
Lazarus
in fact,
is
like
good.
it.
Lazarus is very good.
You may, in fact, enjoy it. So there's that. Yeah, definitely had to mention that. And some somber thing that I feel is worth mentioning. We had another passing in the animation world of a show that spent some time on Toonami. We have the passing of Tom Kane, the voice of Professor Utonium.
Man.
Yeah.
That one hit me, I'm not gonna lie.
I seem to recall he's had some health issues in recent years. But man, that's a shame. He was so good as Professor Utonium, and his characters in Foster's Imaginary Friends, and he did a lot of narration and stuff, and he had quite a body of work. But Professor Utonium, such a good dad. Such a good dad. Such a good role model for a dad in a cartoon. he will be missed.
Absolutely.
Condolences to his loved ones. Sorry to bring it down, but I didn't
No,
want to go
it's
another episode without mentioning.
absolutely worth mentioning.
Does it happen in the past week or so? Yeah. Oh, here's some. This is Toonami related, though. You may not know it, but I'm pretty sure Kenjiro Suda was Joe in Ninja Kamui in the Japanese, and I think he was also the lousy noble that was trying to rent Fena the
Oh God.
on her first night. So Kenjiro Suda is suing TikTok because their AI has copied his voice, and he's suing them. And
That's
you
a
love to
legitimate
see
case.
it.
That's an absolute legitimate case.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
That guy's voice is awesome. It's just incredible. I mean, you've probably heard him if you've watched so many shows, but like in Jujutsu Kaisen, he plays the guy with blonde hair and the glasses. I haven't really watched Jujutsu Kaisen.
Are you talking about Satoru Gojo?
No.
No.
He has white hair and blue eyes. Nanami. That sounds right. Yes.
My brain isn't going in circles with a little roll.
I think so.
I don't think you're missing out on a big life experience with Jujutsu Kaisen, I gotta say, Sketch.
I've not watched the anime. I've read the manga. It's all right.
Yeah.
I've
It's
heard
not
there
offering
are
anything you haven't seen before.
opinions on the manga and how it ended. So
It's
I
not
don't know if
offering
it's
anything
really
you
worth
haven't-
my time. But yeah.
I don't think it's gonna give you anything you haven't already seen.
Right. So rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho instead.
Yes.
Or watch the 1,000-Year Blood War because it's coming back.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that is well, it's coming back to Hulu at least.
Well, yes, and
in July.
theaters.
Oh yeah, it is getting a theatrical screening, isn't it?
It is late June.
That's pretty cool. I mean, they got some banger animation in that show, so I think that'll look really good on the big screen.
Yep, I've been talking with a friend about maybe going.
I'll have to see if I can go to that. Because I'm caught up! Ha
ha! Being caught up is great.
It can be. Until you're like, oh, now I have to wait.
Yes.
But the wait is almost over.
I have been waiting a couple of years. I have been waiting 20 years!
Something like that. Okay. You can email us at podcast@toonamifaithful.com, facebook.com/toonamifaithfulpodcast, and on Twitter @toonamipodcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. You can find every episode of the podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trials on Lazarus. SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. You can get the latest news by following @ToonamiFaithful.com on Blue Sky and @Toonami News on Twitter, and read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. R Dragon, do you have a social media presence I forget?
Not really. I'm on Discord. I have a YouTube channel with some streams that I've done on Twitch, and that's about all the social media that I do.
You have a Twitter, but I don't think you've been
Fair
on there
enough.
forever.
No, I actively stopped using Twitter because no.
You and Ark are wiser than me.
Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, because I am not a wise man, you can find me on Twitter at LaserKid Prime. You can also find me on Blue Sky at LaserKid. And you can find me on my podcast, which will be coming out again since I'm home again, Asylum Saints on YouTube and Spotify podcasts. So yeah, come check us out. We talk about anime. Often I have Sketch, Kuro, and I've even had Steven on as a guest. And heck, our Dragon's been there too, actually. So everyone on this podcast has been on my podcast at one point or another. It's a good time. Anime, the simuldubbed way.
And Stream and Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
Hey, you can find me everywhere. I'm on social media like everyone else. It's MXAGOS. You want to follow me. Don't really care if you don't. Don't really care if you do. You do. You hear a bunch of stuff about Yu-Gi-Oh! And Kamen Rider. You don't. You'll probably be a little less satisfied in life, but you don't have to hear about Kamen Rider or Yu-Gi-Oh!
But what if I like hearing about Kamen Rider and Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, then you know what? You subscribe to me. You get all that stuff right in one package.
Hey, very nice.
Very nice. Kuro, tell the folks where they can find you.
I'm on Blue Sky and I'm on Twitter. It really would be too much for me to just head to another social media, so that's where I'm at. I'm there.
Absolutely. I'm having trouble just juggling those two.
Yeah, I gotta admit, like people who can do all of that, you guys are amazing.
I'm more on Twitter than Blue Sky, but I'm on Blue Sky every now and then.
The moment that I get into a new video game or a new show, like any free time I've spent managing my social media goes out the window. So, or even a new book. So yes, at Happy Crow Kitty, you can find me there. That's me. I only post happy things. I will not post politics or anything that will make you sad or upset. Everybody else does that. I'm just here to share cats and gardening and anime stuff. And probably video game stuff. So yeah, that's where you can find me. Sketch, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984. You can also find me on Blue Sky, Sketch1984. I think I have to finally farewell to the Bird app on my phone. Up to this point, it's functioned well enough, but now I can't even reply to posts on that app. I can quote, I can make a post, but I can't reply to anyone else's post, and I can't reply to my own post, which makes it
pour one out
useless.
for the Bird app. Alas, the Bird app.
Still don't want to use the X app.
I've never used it. I just uninstalled it.
As for now, I'll just keep using the browser app on my phone.
See, mine updated automatically. I didn't get a choice.
Well,
yeah, somehow I managed not to have that happen.
I have installed mine before, as soon as the merger started.
Makes me sad.
Bye
bye, Birdie. Bye bye, Birdie. Oh, yeah. Thank you for listening to the podcast, whether you're tuning in to our live recording or listening to the podcast after the fact. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. And until next time, I'm exhausted.
You powerfully cries to fight devil guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken, boo.